running into some good streaks. It's a numbers game, folks. What I've been preaching to you. It's a numbers game. All right. Good job, because we can't stop. Won't stop. Won't ever get enough.
Knew it was coming.
D's. Oh, you weakling. I'm just fine. Okay, questions, comments, concerns?
No, but a few other things from the question you asked at the beginning, moving on from this. So the whole cup thing with the team to-dos before you're at the beginning of the day or before your shift starts. Celine's been going around giving everyone a to-do before they leave for the night. So
Making sure
someone
everything's
updates
done.
the board, someone throws the trash out, so not one person is doing everything.
I love it. How do you guys like it? How's it been working out? So Kathleen, a little something new. She's just been distributing, so everybody and I'll even take a card. I'll help. You know what I'm saying? But what we've been doing is all the tasks that need to be done.
Yeah, but it's a night thing. So like, if you're closing, then somebody takes it, which I totally love.
There's two shifts. Day people get a task to do and night people get a task to do. They're different tasks, but everyone's doing something, so instead of one person
And
doing
they draw
everything.
it so they're not doing the same thing every time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
just like more
so everyone do.
accountability. Like
The
just
team's in here, so for all those that are in favor of this is a good idea, say aye.
Hi.
I didn't hear you speak up, Julie. I'm gonna work on that too.
I.
Aye!
Even that says.
As long as you approve. Good?
Ah, I'm good
Okay.
with that. Whatever.
And then
Makes
one
it
more
easier.
thing.
Imagine that. Go ahead.
Spiffs need to be set up the night before, so we're not spending 20 minutes, setting it
You
up.
mean the
That's
games?
included in the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that is included.
I want to say as a team, good job on mini games, because from what I understand, and maybe Amanda was bullshitting, but y'all didn't do a whole lot of mini games before she came in here and brought her own mini game in, which is Amanda does miss herself. But like, has mini games been a lot better?
They have the past few days.
Oh, okay.
We
So
played games.
We've played games, before that, but it wasn't like consistent like every single day. I don't think.
That's why I think it's good if we get
Most
it
days,
ready
I think.
every night.
So
Well,
here's-
and
so it's ready.
the only thing I have with that is I think that between me, David, and Celine, we need to figure out. And I'm not opposed to having other people help with the games, but like, or someone tell us what the game is. The only thing I'm worried about is the spiff paying out correctly.
well,
So the
it's
game can be set up.
Well, don't get work like I got work the
Yeah.
first
Well,
day
we've
on this
let
damn
the-
box game. This
You know
little
what I'm
quiet
We've
zillion
let the
put
money.
together.
We were asking.
Oh, so what you're saying is make sure you're not getting worked.
Well, we never even got
Yeah, I didn't.
an amount.
I didn't read the disclosure.
Well, when we've been setting games up, we've just kind of let Celine or David set the money amount up.
No, and that's
Even.
perfect. I think that's fine. I think as long as we have a game set up, I mean, I don't really want the responsibility always. And I tell you guys, like, set up a game, but we've got to make sure that the approval. Like,
I don't mind sharing that with you, but I even went to the very reserved Celine and I, Miss Donna. She sets up in between $500 to $600 a week for her crew. I wanted to make sure, and then I ran across Miss Ledesma, who is extremely gung ho. She also agreed that $500 to $600 was a good, modest number to where I mean.
I think so too.
The thing is this is a money-driven business. If you don't put some cash money in front of my face, there's a problem, okay? So what you guys as a team can count on is this management team providing between $500 to $600 per week. If it's the end of the month, we might ante that up a little bit. Guys, write down as many mini games that you think would be great. You can pin the tail on the Kathleen. I'm just playing.
I'm cool with it.
You
If
can
it's
do-
gonna
you
drive
can-
some fucking appointments, I don't give a
You can do the
shit.
dunk tank to me.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. That's actually the more expensive into the spiff, the less into your pocket. So we keep it simple. But write down a bunch of games, and what we can do is
I
put that in a
love the
box, and then we can just shake it up and then pull one every night. Brilliant idea, because the whole idea is we spend less time doing what and then on what, right?
Right.
Which brings me to my next one. This is the last housekeeping thing that you guys are really gonna like, maybe. And then I'm gonna kind of give you an idea of what money opportunity there is now that I got a pay plan from you guys. Okay, so A. Help. I knew I was gonna need it later in the meeting. Shit, what was I gonna say? Okay,
Oh God.
hold on.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Oh
let
my
it
Sorry.
go. And
It's like everywhere. It's here and there.
But he has a
that's
point.
what I figured. Okay,
Yes.
so 5 appointments. This is the bar. Let me change it up a little bit. Look a little orangey. People put this shit back on the board so another person can pick it up and I have ink. Okay. So Kathleen, again, this is, you know what the bar has been with calls? This is what I asked to focus on just because we were so far away from an average call. 70, we're gonna get there, it's completely, absolutely unobtainable, but when we're averaging 25 to 30 calls in a day, I wanted to create a goal. It's like a stair step. Once we get to 50, then we can kind of move up from there. Now, I know
We've been on 50 for a while.
perfect, perfect, there we go. So from there, 30 to 33 contacts. Some folks thought 33 was a little high. Some thought 30 was a little too high, but I don't. So 30 minimum, 33 contacts, right? What's the appointments, Kate?
8.
8. All right. This is a minimum standard. 5 appointments per day is a minimum standard in this business development center team moving forward. And the reason being is I will not help manage a group of individuals like you that have talent like you and set less than 5 appointments. And I also went through your pay plan. You guys can't live on setting less than 5 appointments. So here is how we're going to do it. With our audibles, I'm gonna start changing it up a little bit. I will stop every fucking thing that I'm doing and I will come and sit right next to you and I will fish with you and I will blood, sweat, and cry with you to get you on pace to at least hit that minimum per day. When we get the desk up front, it's gonna be a lot easier, but I will pull my little chair right up by you. I'll bring the ball right up by you. We'll be bouncing together.
No.
You're lucky Brian ain't here. She was just made a comment sitting on balls, and then Brian had a dream about wrestling.
Ryan visualized it for like
He
2
goes,
days.
I visualized it. I love Brian. He's got a lot of fun. And then I look at your pictures on the wall. He is with every woman of y'all at every party.
Oh yeah,
And I
Brian's
also
the
realized
shit.
that my brother's not in one.
Brian's the shit.
Yes, he is. So,
I love Brian. Fully committed to Brian.
if we on average set 50 appointments, right, times an average of 10 people, right, that's minimum of 50 appointments a day. Let's say that we have a couple people off. What's the least amount of that's driving the chains forward. I did an average. Okay, you guys have been average between 20 and 22, right? 41 was a high. Some good days in there, 34, 36, but then there was days like yesterday, 12. Peer-to-peer accountability is the biggest form of accountability. When I'm off, or Kathleen's off, or what have you, we need to make sure that we drive the chains on that. You can TO, 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 and you sure as fucking TO. You want to share some of that love and do a little show ratio. All right? Can everybody verbally commit that we will fight towards that? Because I'm 100% committed and I'm going to be sitting right there by you. Okay? That is a big pay increase. Once we get there, then we go there. We're going to add a few BDC reps. It's not going to be a lot. Lord knows, in Carlos's pool that he has created of all these customers in this customer base. And just so you know, I did all those appointments on Manifest. So fuck hot leads. And I say that to a certain extent, get yours. But that was all Manifest. That was the shit that people throw in their top drawer. Questions? And then Kate, make sure that that's up there on my new commitment to the team as well. Which notice how it correlates, right? 10 TOs plus our appointment average this past week would get us there. Raise your hand if you've made $9,000 in this department working as the BDC associate since you've been here.
No.
Raise your hand if you've made 8,000, 7,000, 6,000, 5,000, 4,000, 3,900, 3,500. If you don't know, D, that's the first time I'm gonna get on your ass. Know what you're making, okay? Know what you're making. Guys, Carlos taught me this shit. How the fuck you plan to move forward if you don't know where you're at now? And I was even worse off than that. I was focusing on the past that I couldn't fucking control versus what I can now, right? Those little steps. I'm not teaching you guys anything that life hasn't hard taught me, okay? Or the luxury of having an extremely intelligent individual to sit down at a table with, okay? Assignment, write it down. Know how much you've averaged since you've worked here. Don't share it with me. I'm not even gonna ask you if you did it. If you didn't, you don't belong in BDC with us. The reason being is you're not hungry. You're not serious about your money. If you're not serious about your money, you're not gonna make the calls. If you're not gonna make calls, you're not gonna set your appointments, you're not gonna set your appointments, you're not gonna carry the show or sell. So what are you doing here? And that's hard, right? That's hard to hear, but it's true. Do your budget today. Figure out what you've earned, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys get paid $12.50 per hour times 160 hours in a month, which is an average of 40 hours per week. That's $2,000, okay? You guys get paid, I didn't do no 25 cent on appointment set because we platinum motherfuckers in here. And if you do this, which I will help you do, and keep in mind on this, I'm gonna only do it for you and give you the credit until the point where I feel like you should have developed the skills to do it on your own. Soon, I'll take the appointments, right? And everybody's different, but if I start feeling used like sales associate, hey, come in on this close, man, I know you can do it. Man, you can do it. You know what I mean? I spent 30 days with you to develop the skills. You didn't write no shit down. You had to have no willingness to learn. I'll go close it for you because I'm not gonna let business go, but half's to the house, homie, right? This shit don't come free. Because there's other areas where I could be bringing a whole lot in that Carlos Ledesma deserves, right? But we all create habit and self-management here, right? So I am going by the platinum numbers because if you guys do that as an average, you're not bronze. And as you said earlier, if you ain't first, you a loser. Remember on that spiff? Yes, ma'am. That came from Jillian herself. All right, so that is what? That's 50 cents per set, right? It's $20 per shown, and it's $30 per sold. Now, a side note, every day that you guys are trying to figure out what shows, because I do know and realize how hard it is to figure that out, because I've worked on both spectrums, which is why I have so much compassion for you guys. I've been on the dealership, watching people not care about the opportunity. I've had my paycheck controlled by them who still don't care. It's hard. I'm gonna help with that. I'm gonna get logs, whatever we need to do. I'll help you make phone calls. But every day you guys are calling missed, I don't want you more focused on what you've already said that's missed to get your shown, even though it's the majority of your paycheck. I want you figuring out what opportunity you can pull from that to reset, because it's still a work day. All right, and Lord knows I spent 3.5 hours trying to figure out what I did the prior week on what's shown and completed. There'll be time for that. We're gonna do it like once a week, all together as a team. I'll stay an extra 3 hours. I'll help cross-reference. I'll help make calls, whatever it takes to make sure that you guys are getting this. It's important. It's the money. But I can't be having 2 to 3 hours in a day going through miss, forgetting to mine, because we're trying to figure out where our paycheck is every single day. I know it's a problem, but we're gonna fix it, and we won't overlook it. Destiny had mentioned today, she feels like she may be out, and she wasn't pointing fingers, she wasn't assuming, she just made a comment, I picked up on it. She didn't have a chance to cross-reference what was shown or sold. Now it's a new month. She didn't know whether she was out on that money or not. Again, not pointing fingers, she had never asked that question. And I don't care, I'll go to Carlos Ledesma himself, you are not out on that money. Amanda Ledesma knows that she owes me a check to this day after she just paid me yesterday, because I went through and I found 11 shown out of unaccountable, completed, or missed appointments. Does that make sense?
No, she's not out on that money, for sure.
Huh?
Yeah, she's not out on that money, for sure.
Period. So long story short, if we're all worried about that, what's happening the last 2 days of every month?
It's going
We're
to
not
shit.
focused on what we got for work. We're focused on making sure our damn $1,500, $2,000 checks are right? So you are not out on that money. I will stay here till 11 o'clock at night for all week to make sure your money's right, and so on, okay? But we gotta focus on task and business in hand. 9 minutes. I wish I would have done your pay plan. I would have made this $2,000. I set 76 appointments in 5 working days. If I figured that I did that every week, which believe you me, I will consistently do that if I'm down there hustling on just appointments. It's just, try me. That would be 304 appointments at 0.5. That's $152. I had 47 shown. that I talked to personally, out of those 76, it was a 69% show ratio, times 4, that would have been 188 shown, would have made me $3,760. I had more than this, but I can only get to 27 at this point. I don't really like that number, but I had 27 sold out of those appointments, which would have paid me $32.40. This is not a gloat, folks. I'm doing one step back for two forward right now. I've been egotistical, I've been proud. I should be doing better things than this. I should be running a store, I should be a GSM, but the fact is, this is where I need to be. So setting appointments and showing I better fucking be able to do that at that level, okay? If you add that up, that's $9,150. You guys look at me like I'm crazy as if $9,000 isn't obtainable in this department. I'm looking at you crazy like, how can you think it's not? You guys have endless opportunity. Now, what I also did is everybody uses high numbers. Fuck, Dan Boyer used high numbers on me when he was interviewing me for fucking Cadillac. I'm not here to overpromise and deliver, right? Right?
Right.
So I took the 5 appointment standard and also did the math. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. At 5 appointments a day, or excuse me, I did it at 8 appointments a day. I lied. Didn't lie. I misspoke. 8. You can do the math from there. Are you average or are you above average? Okay? 5 appointments is average. Y'all are above average. 8 appointments a day, which is our standard. That would be 40 appointments per week. Or excuse me, 40 appointments times 4 weeks. That's $160 per set. Or wait, excuse me, 40 times 4, that's 160 at 0.5 is $80. Okay? Going off the standard between shown and sold, our standard, if you guys set 40 in a week, 27 of those should show, if they're thorough. 27 times 4 equals 108. The 4 is the weeks, 4 weeks in a month, times 20, because we're platinum bitches, okay, is $2,160. If 15 out of those 27 show, sell, times 4 weeks, that's 60, which equals $1,800. That is the standard, okay? People get so used to mediocre numbers, it becomes the norm. That's a disease. Complacency should be replaced with one of the 7 deadly sins in place of lust. What am I to say? That is $6,040. Now guess what you have? You have an extra soldier here to do whatever it takes to help you get this, which in return will get you that, which in return will get you that, because I will support you every step of the way. That, my friends, is why I need you to support what I'm asking in all these other areas. Questions? Are you sure? Why did everybody get quiet? Does that money scare folks? People come to the car business for money. We put up with each other's and everyone's shit for the money. We work long hours for the money. Now, Carlos also provides this beautiful thing called a culture, which is very, very good. Okay, I've been money driven for a long time. I'm now culture driven, but I'm not gonna do it for free, right? Could that money change lives? Absolutely it could. But there's a lot of things that we're gonna have to achieve. It's hard work. But if you think about it, making 50 calls a day the right way, I'm gonna help you learn where to fish. And sometimes ignorance is bliss, man. You know, me coming into this brand new CRM in all these different ways, this ain't brand new. Look at VG when I was there. I taught myself how to fucking fish, man. I wanted to get paid. And I could have sat there and popped beer bottles when we missed SFE and had a horrible day with the rest of them schmucks. Or I could sit there and grind it out for another 5 or 10 appointments at the end of the night at 11 o'clock. I grinded, right? You grind and you can get there, and once you get there, you can sustain it. That's where the whole consistency comes in. Math don't lie. That's math. That's the only thing I trust in this business, is math. Whether I'm buying a car, selling a car, looking at a paycheck that's possible, or adding up my paycheck when it is possible. Does anybody disagree that you can make $6 grand in this department? Please disagree with me. Give me something. I feel like I've hurt everyone's feelings. Or is it kind of a shocker? Okay, tell me how it is, girl. You blew, girl. Just no. Give me something.
I think with help we can. It's definitely attainable.
Now here's the thing. Even we're not going to cut it in half because I want to allow it because that's the bare minimum. But if you guys do 5, and I bring these dealers in to help our show and our soul, and I free up other areas, we free up other areas to work harder. Guys, that is still 4,500. This is a high number. That's motherfucking grinding. Listen, that shit, I mean, that's hustling. And I'm a hustler, homie. Ask about me, right? Y'all have it in you too. But again, people always say chop that in half. You know what I mean? When they're using high numbers. Chop it in half. Take all the leads I get in a month. Chop it in half. Now let's break down our 80, 80, 80, 50 there. This is what it should be, right? Who doesn't hear that? Chop that in half. That's $4,500. What did I just tell you? God, it's amazing how the math works. What did I just tell you? Take that into that. What do you make? $4,500. Right? Could that help you with your apartment?
Yes.
Could that maybe help you get some things for your beautiful baby that doesn't have it already? Right? I don't know a whole lot about it. Could that help your family and you? Could that help put a bigger smile on your face, right? What's important to you? Give me something.
God, I was paying rent and getting a new car.
Morning, afternoon, or evening?
Not yet.
What's the difference between now and when it is time? Checks like that?
I just got an apartment.
Fair enough. Ma'am, I don't mean to pressure. I'm just here to serve. And believe it or not, I'm in
I don't know
the...
what my payment's gonna be.
I'm definitely glad that you asked that. All I need you to do is just come in for our upfront appraisal. It takes about 30 minutes, just kind of toy around with numbers and give you that idea. Because here's the thing. When you know you have the opportunity to make that money and you know in your head around about what you want to spend, sometimes a little bit more information up front can help you piece that together. Wouldn't you agree? Great. So morning, afternoon, or evening. Just playing. Don't sweat it. Thank you for letting me know that. Lauren, give me something that's important to you.
I don't know. Build a family right now. A house.
House? Hell yeah, that's important, right? That's huge. I used to have my priorities all jacked up and it's 359. That is huge importance, right? And the thing is what does Carlos always preach? To have a what?
A why?
A fucking why. Right? A why. Celine, what's important to you?
Trying to find a new apartment.
Okay.
For my family.
Perfect. Tevs? It's alright, babe. I ain't gonna let you out without telling me, so might as well.
I was just thinking, alright, I shouldn't have to think that hard, but my license.
Dude, that's huge. You know what? I had 2 DUIs, 05 and 2012. I delayed that shit for as long as I possibly could. It finally caught up to me. My shit got suspended. Thought I could roll like that forever. Got busted 3 times on the way back from fucking Colorado. Shit ain't delaying then, huh? So now I just placed SR22 insurance. I shot out of my vehicle 5 years ago today, realizing how great the double of insurance is, right? But guess what? I have a fucking valid license, and never have I realized how important that is.
Me too.
Right? Dude, my halo ain't blind to nobody. I've said that how many times, right?
It does feel good.
What's important to you?
We are paying off our house,
Okay?
so we're getting out of that debt. So we have a little bit left to go. With the money that my mother-in-law left us, we don't have too much left, so I want to get that paid off by the end of next year.
Awesome. Now somebody ask me, please.
What's important to
I'm so thankful that you've asked. I want land. I want land for my family. I want to buy all of our kiddos and Amanda either dirt bikes or 4-wheelers. And I want to do what I did when I grew up and what I love to do, which was get in the dirt, get in the ruts, face plant, mouthful of dirt, yum. I want to go play in the woods.
That sounds like fun.
That's what I want to do. It's a stress reliever. Common sense is not common, if that makes sense. So that's my Wusagustrava.
Sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, it does. Okay, thank you for going 3 to 4 minutes after. Anybody have anything to add?
Good meeting.
Thank you. I mean, I feel like we may be able to have a pool party now. Don't tell Steph. Oh, she's pissed.
Do you have any time?